What's up, YouTube? It's Jalen here. I gained a couple pounds, but it's all good. But that's besides the point. Today I wanted to make a video because it was weighing heavy on my mind. The difference between judging someone and holding someone accountable. Because I do feel society nowadays, I feel we don't allow judgment. It's not acceptable to hold people accountable for their actions because it's going to always come off as, oh, we're judging them and we don't accept. No, it ain't really. I don't agree with none of that. But I just want to talk a couple minutes out your day to just vent and tell. I want to be able to spread my opinion on the matter. Because I do feel there's a big difference between you judging someone versus you holding someone accountable. But I want to first start off by saying, or, telling you what the actual, it's a definition of what judging or casting judgment on someone is. It is basically when you pass judgment is to express your strong disapproval of someone or something, right? So I get how a lot of people nowadays, especially this generation, think that whenever somebody's trying to hold them accountable, like it's just we're trying to cast judgment on you and say, oh, we don't approve of this and you are a bad person. When in reality, I do feel, some people nowadays do actually judge people, and you need to understand the difference between somebody judging you and holding somebody accountable. But I want to next tell you what the actual definition of holding someone accountable is. When you personally hold someone accountable, you take ownership of what happened as a result of your choices or actions. So I do feel that is a big difference between somebody casting judgment saying, hey, I don't like how you did this in the past, versus someone telling you, hey, what you did in the past was not okay, and I feel we need to work towards bettering it. At least that's why I feel the difference is, because I do feel society nowadays, and I feel like sometimes in my relationships with friends, coworkers, even my girlfriend or whatever the case may be, like people nowadays misinterpret what actual someone judging you is versus someone just holding you accountable. Because I do feel nowadays it is very imperative for every human being, but I know it's rare that people do this, that people hold themselves accountable. And especially if that's not the case, if you can't hold yourself accountable to actions, if somebody else is trying to hold you accountable, I feel before you want to get hostile and always deflect or, will you cast a judgment on me, or whatever the case may be, we should evaluate ourselves and actually understand, okay, is this person doing this out of judgment, or they're just simply trying to hold me accountable because, it is important. Like when somebody holds you accountable or you hold yourself accountable, you are eliminating the possibility of whatever you did in the past happening again. That's what I feel holding in the actual importance of holding someone accountable is when you hold yourself accountable or someone else holds you accountable. They're literally, or you or them are basically trying to prevent whatever you did in the past that was either bad, you didn't like it, or it wasn't good for the relationship, or whatever your case may be. If it was bad in any type of way, it is to prevent you from letting it happen again. That's what the importance of holding someone accountable is. I feel judgment is somebody basically saying, well, I don't like how you did this in the past and you are a bad person for it. Like it's no solution to actually judging someone. But I feel when people hold somebody accountable or you hold yourself accountable, you are definitely giving yourself a solution, an alternative motive to what you can do to prevent, such bad thing or unfortunate event from happening. And I do feel now, like I already said, I do feel nowadays it's rare that you see people who hold themselves accountable for their actions because, like I said, nowadays society has made it okay that whenever somebody has some type of opinion, whether it's to either good intentions and basically trying to prevent you from making the same mistake again, or, the bad thing is basically they're just casting judgment on you and they're just like basically judging you are a bad person because you did this. I do feel nowadays, people in general, like they think when somebody is simply trying to hold them accountable, they misinterpret it as they're just judging them. They're casting judgment on them. When I don't feel like that's the case. At least me personally, because I do feel accountability is very important nowadays for people to stop making the same mistakes and have different outcomes, have better outcomes, instead of just, hey, I did this in the past and I embrace it. Because I do feel another side note is I'm ranting. It's clearly something bothering me, but I'm ranting, but I also feel like part of you holding yourself accountable is actually being in tune with your guilt. All right. And that is a big difference, because I do feel people nowadays either manipulate you to feel guilty off of, bad things, or, something that is out of your control, such as the way you were born or something like that, versus you're being guilty. You're understanding what guilt is actually, which is to basically hold you accountable. I feel, me personally, I am very in tune with my guilt. I do understand guilt is a good and a bad thing in this world. Guilt is important, I do feel, because when you have guilt, the chances of you, when you're having guilt about something or someone or something that you did in the past, if you're in tune with your guilt, the chances of you actually doing it again, if you're actually in tune with your guilt, is very slim. That's basically you holding yourself accountable. And I do feel when somebody holds someone accountable, they have to be in tune with their guilt. And they have to understand, hey, is this person genuinely trying to just tear me down? Or are they literally trying to hold me accountable and make me become a better person? And basically how you hold yourself accountable is you take ownership in your choices. The choices that you did, either bad or good in your past, you hold yourself accountable like, hey, I made those bad decisions. I own up to them, and I'm going to make my life better, or strive to become better and not have those same mistakes happen again. I feel that is what actual holding someone accountable is, versus somebody, like I said, judging you and just saying, hey, you are a bad person because you made this mistake in the past. That is a whole different ball game. And I do feel people nowadays, especially our generation, needs to understand there's a big difference. And I feel in order, like I'm repeating myself again, in order for you to hold yourself accountable, you have to be very much in tune with your guilt. Because like I said, guilt is a good and a bad thing. It's basically about balancing your guilt. You have to understand guilt is here. Guilt is in us for a reason. If we are not in tune with our guilt, the chances of we holding ourselves accountable is very slim. Is very slim. But I'm at 7 minutes and 10 seconds. I just wanted to get on here and tell y'all that's how I feel about, the difference between somebody actually judging you versus somebody actually holding you accountable. Because I do feel the reason why people stay stagnant in this world, or, don't have many changes or changes that they want to happen, is because they don't understand the difference between, judging, somebody casting judgment on you, or you casting judgment on yourself, versus you just holding yourself accountable, or somebody's holding you accountable for your actions. It's a big difference. And so if y'all guys like this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Please let me know what y'all feel in the comments, because I'll definitely interact with y'all. And I'm out. Peace. And P.S. I love you, son. My son Colin.